Hello, friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondon, and I've been a prenatal yoga teacher since 2008. Welcome to the third trimester for immediate back relief using a chair. Now, in your pregnancy, I'm sure you know that the back takes a hard hit during pregnancy because of your expanding belly. The timestamps are below if you would like to get started with your class. But first, I'm going to talk about the props that you need for the class. So a yoga mat, a chair to sit on top of the yoga mat so it's anti-skid, and I have a weight on my chair so it doesn't move, so you can stack some books on the chair if you'd like to. We're going to be moving the chair around a little bit. And then 2 yoga blocks for the seated portion of this class. Get all of your props and let's get started. The first movements we're going to do for immediate back release are hula hoops and then an extended back stretch. So for hula hoops, what you're going to do is bend the knees slightly, place your hands on your hips, and circle the hips around just like you're trying to hold up a hula hoop. Now, I don't quite know how to do that, but I would imagine that this is kind of the motion, but you're just gonna make some large circles with those knees super bent. This is gonna loosen up the joints and the ligaments so that you can start to really deepen the stretches in your back to have that immediate back release. So we're gonna do one direction a couple more times. And now let's reverse those circles. So we're gonna reverse the circles here. The reason I'm using a chair in the third trimester, and you can do this in your second trimester too, reverse the circles again, is because it's really hard to get up and off the ground when you're pregnant, especially in the third trimester. Now, that's not to say that you can't do yoga classes on the ground. Reverse the circles. For the immediate back release, it's so much easier to use a chair in your third trimester. Okay, we're getting ready for our first stretch in which we're going to use the back of the chair. So facing the back of your chair, you're gonna walk back until your arms are first extended with your feet hip width apart. Next, we're going to gently walk it back as your chest comes forward and your head goes lower than the top of the chair. So you really want a flat back here. Do you see why it's important to have that anti-skid? You're going to push your tailbone backward. If it's more comfortable to bend the knees slightly, go ahead and bend the knees slightly. Your toes are pointing forward. And go ahead and just hold this stretch here. Your head is slowly sinking below the arms. Allow your belly to hang as your tailbone is pointed backward. Deep belly breaths here. You're gonna feel your belly pushing into your thighs here, and that is quite okay. The essential part is that your belly is off of your back. And this feels so good immediately. It helps with that immediate back release. Now, if you want to shift your hips from side to side, go ahead and do that. You can just shift your weight from the right foot to the left foot and back to the right foot. Coming back to the center, you're gonna roll it back up and walk your feet forward. We're gonna stand side by side with our chair. Toes are pointing forward. Let's go ahead and do a side stretch, holding on to the edge of your chair, the top part of the chair, and we're gonna reach the right arm over and hold it here. You can breathe and you can shift your hips toward the right. Shoulders are down and come back And I'm going to turn so you can get the other side, and you can also turn to the other side. Bringing the top arm over, holding on to the top of your chair. Your shoulder toward the chair is down. And breathe here. And coming back around. Wonderful. Now what we're going to do is turn the chair toward us so you can remove the weight or the blocks that you have on your chair, but make sure the feet of the chair are still on your yoga mat. With the seat of the chair now facing you, we're going to do a few more forward stretches. The first one, you're going to start with the feet at the edge of your yoga mat so the feet are a little bit wider apart. Next, you're going to place your hands on top of the seat of the chair. And we're gonna hold it here. And if this feels good, you can rock side to side. If it feels better on your elbows, come down to your elbows and forearms and hold it here. And just breathe. Again, tailbone is pointed back. These stretches are great to do if you have a private office at work and you need to just get up off your chair and stand for a little bit and do some stretches. So coming back up with both hands on your chair, and you want the thumbs touching at the center, and we're gonna do some open back stretches here. So take your left arm up, reach it up, all the way up to the ceiling and looking up, and bring it forward, and we're gonna take the right arm up and reach it all the way up to the ceiling, looking up. And bring it forward. We're gonna bring the left arm up, open the chest and looking up. And bring it forward. Bring the right arm up, opening it up. And bring it forward. We're going to take a modification of down dog pose here. So what you're going to do is walk the feet all the way back. Walk them back, 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 until you can't walk them back anymore. We're going to have the hands on the inside of the chair, and our feet are only hip width apart, and the hands are only shoulders width apart. And hold it here and breathe. Arms are outstretched. Your head is lower than the arms. And again, this is just a different angle to get that extended back stretch. Now we're gonna go ahead and come into an upward facing dog. Put your hands to the sides of your chair like this, and bring your hips forward. Now, if this is too much pressure on your arms, you might feel some pressure in your belly, and that's actually okay. You have muscles there holding everything in. But if it's too much pressure, go ahead and do that down dog pose once again. We're gonna shift it back now into the modification of down dog. Feet nice and wide with your elbows to the chair. And walk it back up. We're going to do a chair pigeon lunge. Bringing your right knee to the chair and bringing it out. Put your hands on the left side of the chair with the right knee up and just extend the left leg back. And you'll feel this beautiful hip stretch here. Hold it in your pigeon, your chair pigeon lunge. And push it back. Let's switch sides. Bring your left knee up. Hands go to the right. And we're going to extend the right leg back, holding it here for your chair pigeon. And breathe. And push it back. We're going to face the chair forward and place 2 blocks underneath the front of the chair for your feet. Before coming to the forward stretches to finish out our immediate back stretch, we're gonna do a couple of side stretches. You're going to go all the way to the right side of your chair and extend the right leg out. Put the block underneath your left foot. Now we're gonna take the left arm up and over. Nice side stretch here. And breathe. And coming back around, let's switch sides. And coming back to the center, place both feet on top of your blocks. As you come to the center of your chair, scoot your bottom forward so you're all the way to the edge of the front of the chair. And we're gonna do some seated cow and cat. Pelvis forward, shoulders back looking up, rounding the back, curve the spine, and coming forward. Exhale back. Coming forward. And exhale back. And coming forward. And exhale backward. Sitting up nice and tall, turn to your right with the left hand on the right thigh. Drape your right arm over the chair, lift the chest. Turn your head to your right. And breathe. Coming back to the center, turn to your left, right hand on the thigh, and drape your left arm behind you. And coming back to the center. Here is a trick for the lower lumbar region of your back, especially if you need to be sitting in a chair. You can take a yoga block and place it right to the back of the chair so that it supports your lower lumbar, and always have your feet elevated if you are sitting down. We're going to close our eyes, focus inward, place your hands on your belly, on your growing baby, just breathing, expanding the belly as you breathe, and contracting your belly as you exhale. Another reason why we can experience back tightness is because we tend to not breathe fully. We contract the muscles because we're stressed. And full belly breathing can often alleviate back tension because you might not even perceive that you're holding your breath. Another few breaths. Placing your hands on your lap and just coming into a quick relaxation. You can do this immediate back relief yoga practice anytime you experience pain in your back or hips. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on the bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for sharing this with your pregnant friends, and I will see you in the next video.